Derek Fox, just because we're the same complexion, you know, that Swiss mocha complexion.
Yes, exactly. You know, mixed heritage.
This is going to be fun tonight.
And by the way, couldn't somebody have thrown some light on Copes in that interview, Drewy?
Hey. You got 4 layers. Don't be messing with Copes. You got 4 layers of makeup to stop the reflection, the light bouncing off your fonts.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Schencher. A lot of contact, no call. Graham Dan reels it in.
They just can't score in the second half. They've only had 22 points in the second half.
In 15 minutes.
And only 5 in this last quarter.
Anatoly Bose back in for Sydney. Luke Martin in rhythm outside the three-point line. Comes up a little long. Townsville trying to break the drought. Schencher looking for Crawford. Gill has all day to line that one up, and he does.
And that's a big hit.
The thing about Eddie Gill with his experience is he played on 5 different NBA teams, and he's one of those players down the stretch, regardless of what he's done offensively, he wants the ball. He wants that big shot. And there we saw it in the corner with a huge three.
Bose.
Gets pinged for the foul there. It's just a leg clash. Doesn't like it. Anytime the offensive player staggers like that, puts the pressure. Here it is right here.
Well, that's a travel anyway. That was a travel.
A little one.
He took 3.5 steps.
A little shuffling of the feet, Derek.
That's just poor footwork. Got lazy footwork, but I tell you what, when you splash him down like that, all's forgiven.
Yep.
Sydney move out to a 5-point lead. Townsville got to have some urgency in their offense. Gill with a floater. That's off the mark. Anatoly Bose goes way upstairs.
I think he's copped one in the eye here. Luke Schencher just reaching in.
5 hands in the eye.
Nothing more painful. Let's take a look at the replay. There's the boom, straight in the eye. Nasty. There is nothing more painful than a real hard poke in the eye. And he's got the staggers.
Right? Here we go.
Typically they need is they need his offensive output.
Yeah, but Drew, you're not much good to your team if you can't see.
That is a very, very important part of the game is the ability to see. Literally.
And I think it's better to go sit down.
A good timeout, though.
Good timeout.
Well, they brought Magin in for him, and he will provide him with some offense. And there you see it, just a little glancing blow to the eye of Anatoly Bose.
And that's a 7-footer's hand. That's a big hand.
Awkward 7-foot hand.
I once reached for the ball, and I felt half of my finger go into the guy's socket. Just that gooey feeling.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he hit the floor, I was like, he's not faking at all. No more painful than that. That'll sting for a week.
And this is going to be a real big possession. Let's listen into Moose Rebellion.
Ratchy, I'll mix you up, Madge. That's you. Put Ratchy this side. So again, come hard at it. Look to advance it, reverse it, throw. Hey, this is now all about temperament. All right, maintain our composure, get our stuff through hands, effective screens, rim pressure. They're on 4, we're in 4. So again, early effort. 1, that shot goes up. We've got to get 5 guys on the glass. All right, 5 guys on the glass. We throw it into Jules, get on the rim, you guys spot up. Hockey assist if it's there.
Don't give up any
Hey, look, 8 shooters down here. We got 5 shooters. 3, 2, 1.
Bose trying to get that eye back.
And it's interesting watching Ian Rebilliard coach, having played against him, Steve, and obviously he was a teammate of yours. He seems to bring a lot of passion and will to this team, and they're going to need it to get to the playoff this year, aren't they?
Oh, they're going to need it for sure. As Magin tries to turn the corner, his shot is blocked.
I don't know.
It looked like Peter Crawford got all ball on that one. See, Peter Crawford doesn't like it.
And he's not one to complain much either.
Here it is. He's coming from behind. That is
Did he get him on the head?
That is all ball.
Yeah, look clean.
Let's not forget the last 2 times these two teams meet, and probably one of the worst decisions we've seen in a long time. Anatoly Bos got called for an offensive foul that really, at a critical stage, scores a tie that could be argued cost them the game. So the Sydney Kings have been on the bad end of a decision against the Crocs.
Jacob Holmes gets it to Gill.
Someone's open.
There's Jacob Holmes. He eventually finds the free throw line, gets a wide open look to make it a 3-point game.
They were open because they sent a double team on Luke Schencher before he even had the ball.
Yeah. That's questionable strategy.
That's just a mistake.
That's like a turnover. Dan, he likes this off the dribble, takes the hit, goes very hard off of the backboard. Oh. That's off of Julian Kazoo, no argument from him. I thought the same thing, but he just turned around, shook his head, and walked away.
Or that's indifference.
I prefer to see the ball in Luke Martin or Kevin Ratch's hands. You're going to go 1-4 flat with someone rather than Graham Dan.
Gill blows by the D, comes up short. Off of Ratch's leg. Super play by Eddie Gill.
Eddie Gill only 2 of 10 from the field, 9 points for the game. But as I mentioned, Derek, down the stretch here, he's imposing himself on the game, creating things offensively. Great hustle play there.
Crowd's into it. They're trying to lift their team down 3, just under 2, to go to the end of regulation. Townsville inbound the ball from the sideline into Schencher. Single coverage against Kazoo. He finds Peter Crawford. Oh, kisses it off the window.
He meant that. He most definitely meant that.
That is a very difficult shot to pull off, Drewy.
When you're coming curling that hard.
Yeah, tight curl, too.
And it's the right decision to go off the backboard. It's trying to shoot a touch shot like that. That is super hard.
Trying to find Kazoo. Sydney Kings, loose ball. It stays with Sydney. Sydney, whoo, they dodge a bullet on that one. Loose possession. Luke Martin trying to be a little too creative on the baseline, had nowhere to go.
And I like what Gill did there. He went all in. He probably fouled, but late in the game, go for it. Make the ref make a call.
Both these teams in the bonus, so any foul will send the person who got fouled to the line for free throws. But particularly if you're at home, Derek.
And very good point. Yeah.
Eddie Gill's throwing himself around. He's probably just got a little margin for error because he is at home here with the impact out on the refs. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
That's a shot clock violation. I'm not sure if Sydney had any idea of how much time was on the shot clock. Another mental error by Sydney. Double in on Schencher before he got the ball. There's one. And then not knowing how much time's on the shot clock is another. Late game antics.
There have been errors, Steve, but take nothing away from the determination and the effort of the Sydney Kings. It's been outstanding tonight.
Gill. They're looking for Schencher on Peter Crawford on a cut. This is the layup.
Great design on that play. Good cut by Crawford. He's been very effective coming off those screens and curling tight. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish it off.
Martin with the ball and the 1-point lead for Sydney. Less than a minute to go. Luke Martin for 3. Big rebound by Ratch.
Crocs are still going to have time. 20-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Kazoo to Ratch. Luke Martin again. He has all day to line it up. Off the mark, offensive rebound. He's fouled.
Luke Martin.
Wow.
couple of good three-point looks. That time, he thought about it. He caught it. He wasn't sure. He's thinking, should I or shouldn't I? And whenever you think, should I or shouldn't I, you shouldn't.
So true, but I mean, Drew, look how wide open he was. Twice in one possession, he had naked looks at it. No one within 10 feet to miss two of those. Those will be eating him up if they lose this game.
He clearly doesn't have you guys' mentality because you get two
One's going in, Steve.
Exactly. You get a look and you miss, and then you get another one right back. You're feeling the adjustment right away.
Yeah.
Julian Kazoo knocks it down. I tell you what he should have done is he wasn't confident in the three, but they didn't need a three. They could have taken a drive, a couple of dribbles in and taken an easier shot. Julian Kazoo with some big free throws.
Giving themselves a little bit of a cushion. It can only be tied up with a three-point shot. Plenty of time to go. I think we've got a couple of more possessions, and Townsville in a big one. And if you drop a game as tight as it is after New Zealand and Perth, you drop a game, especially at home, on a team that has a key player injured, that's a big loss.
Spurs for a three. When I say Townsville, you say Crocs. Townsville. Townsville.
PC.
When I say Townsville, you say Crocs.
Eddie.
Townsville.
Elvin. Vinny, you got it out. Right here. You're giving it to him. Elvin, you're working on the catch. You penetrate. Jake, back screen right here. PC right there. Okay? After that, it's look. After that, it's tied up. Okay? If we don't score, we're going to have to foul. Okay? But we're going to score.
Going through the plan here is to go for the three, Derek, but they don't necessarily. There's still 28 seconds left on the clock. You don't need a three. I think you.
I like his belief system.
I like it.
I like the belief system, the positivity that he's injecting in his players. I'm not sure about the wiseness, Drew. Go for it, two, attack the rim.
And if that's not on, you kick it out to the three ball.
Put pressure on the defense, but don't try and start from the outside in.
Uh-oh. You're going to have trouble getting it in.
There you go.
There's a good look by Jacob Holmes. Big basket. Jacob Holmes catches it in rhythm. Sydney have all day to come up with an answer. Will probably try and take the last shot, maybe 4 seconds, give themselves an opportunity to get the offensive rebound and put it back in, and not enough time for Townsville to come down and get a good shot. But we will definitely listen to the Sydney Kings and see what they draw up. And hopefully, this baby will go into overtime. I'm not ready to leave yet.
Jacob Holmes, 48% three-point shooter on the season, but tonight he's had his problems from the field, but that was a huge, huge play and great look by Eddie Gill for the penetration and then the spot up.
As you said, Drew, he penetrate, attack the rim. Basketball players defensively. Let's listen into the Sydney Kings huddle.
On the line, Ratchy, Madge, G, up screen to block. Ratch hard at it, hand off. All right, hand off. When we get it, G, you're out of there. Jules on the up screen. What time do you want me to set? My bad. G, you're on the up screen. Jules, you're working the backside. Go to corner. Here we go. You're flashing down in there to bang it. Back screen. Then you go to the corner. Hand off.
Hey, we need to crush your glass. Crush your glass.
Late clock.
3, 2, 1.
Late clock when we get it in.
Steve, you can see the offensive play. They draw it up and you see what they're going to go to. But the biggest issue I had is the timing of this. There's 24 seconds left on the game clock and the shot clock. So they want to give themselves the last shot at it.
Exactly, and that wasn't spoken about.
That's the point I'm making here. You want to take that shot with 2-3 seconds left. You don't want it early.
Just hold it. There's no need to go. Hold the ball and wait.
Luke Martin is the man they want to handle a rock. Martin trying to turn the corner. A wayward shot. Nobody needs to foul here. That'll come up short. This thing is going to overtime after regulation. 85 all. Sydney Kings don't get a good shot. Don't get what they've tried to execute. And we get our wish, an overtime game. Sydney and the Townsville Crocs tied at 85 after 4. We'll be back with overtime.
And now we cross to Mexico for the weather.
That shouldn't happen on any television network anywhere. Stop laughing, people!
From next Sunday.
The project's going to be on 6 nights a week.
At 6 o'clock.
Harvey Norman's massive half-yearly clearance ends this weekend with a huge 50 months interest-free on furniture, bedding and flooring. Hurry in for the last-minute bargains. Lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and flooring, bedroom furniture, bedding in Manchester. Buy up big and get 50 months interest-free. That's no deposit, no interest with monthly repayments till 2016. Huge last-minute reductions to clear stock. Plus 50 months interest-free on furniture, bedding and flooring. Half-yearly clearance ends this weekend at Harvey Norman. Don't miss out.
Go, Harvey Norman, go!
7 o'clock Monday, Jan 23. It all begins.
There'll be tears, there'll be breakdowns, get out, and there'll be breakthroughs.
It all starts 7 o'clock Monday, Jan 23 on 10.
Welcome back. You're watching the INET NBL Championship season, and we are on the second game of our 3-game weekly coverage, and in the middle, the hump day game is going in overtime.
It's a beauty. We've got a beauty, Derek. You've got to be impressed with what you're seeing here. I know you've had a bit of a spell, 3.5 years since you've been in this great land of ours.
Yes, you're right, Drewy, but right now, I've flown 24 hours in the past 36 hours, and your boy is running on fumes right now. Well, I'm loving the game, but I wouldn't have minded it ending. As I said before, I'm just being honest.
I'm sure your second wind will kick in soon.
You've known me for a long time.
You're not a true hoops lover if you can't respect what's going on out there, Derek. And I know you're enjoying this one.
Andrew still thinks we're talking about the basketball game.
No, it's going totally over his head.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And here we go. Overtime in Townsville. As Townsville try and stay in touch with the top 4 of the basketball elite here in Australia. Gill gets all the way to the rim. Misses the layup.
Wow. Overcooked it.
Dan to Bose. He's got his eye back.
And one. Come on, call the foul. There's no foul there, Drew.
Anatoly Bose throws it down from about 4 feet. Gill is fouled.
We need to have a look at that play, and that's a concerning sign with Eddie Gill.
He said he's all right.
Look at Anatoly Bose.
That's a foul. And a punch.
I agree with you if you had missed it, but given it went in, good no call.
Oh.
Is that score right?
Man,
good no call.
Great dunk.
What about contact on the shooter? I need to simplify this.
Exactly. The universal leading advocate for protecting the shooter, Andrew Gay. That's not a foul.
He's dunked it. It's gone in.
But that's that point. You need that point, Drew. And he's entitled to have an opportunity to get the extra point.
Yeah, you are correct there, and certainly with where we are at this stage of the game.
And the importance of this game.
Spot on.
It looked like he was trying to dunk on whoever poked him in the eye. He turned the corner.
I knew Anatoly Bose had some hops, but I didn't know he had that sort of aggressive hop coming to the rim because there was no slouch coming right at him.
And once again, Drew, I hate to do this to you, but how tall is Anatoly?
He's 6'7", 6'8". What do you reckon he is?
Only about 6'6". If you interview him after the game,
that's a soft one. He's milked that one out of the Lansfield. Anatoly Bose off the ball. Little bit of contact and he flopped and he got it this time. Have a look up at the top of your screen. Just a real little bit of a push. Trying to fight over that top of the screen. That is one, Derek, that perhaps they should have let go.
Yeah. Don't reward, and Steve's heard me, and I am working with you over the past 10 to 12 years, Steve. Stop rewarding floppers.
There you go. They sure don't do it in Europe.
Oh, there's a big going on over. Oh, there's a lot of flopping going. But what they have done
soccer, maybe
in the basketball too. But what they've done in the last couple of years is they've put the added pressure on that, and they can do it here. Is that they can get called for a technical foul?
Yeah,
a blatant flop.
Gets the first. Gets his eyes feeling better. He can see.
Oh yeah.
19 points now, 7 of 16 from the field, and 8 rebounds.
It's amazing the therapeutic value of a dunk.
Kazoo at the tip turns 1 into 2, and Sydney have moved up by 3.
Lazy on the keyway.
Gill finds Blanchfield. The sweet stroke goes down.
That's a nice jump shot, Steve. He elevated well. He looked like he knew it was going down. Good rotation on the ball, too, Drew.
Real good. And to have the courage to shoot that in where we are at this stage of the game, good on Blanchfield. And the size advantage being exploited. Jacob Holmes trying to guard Julian Kazoo. He fronts him, and they get the easy lob pass. With Shencher and Mims out of the game.
Yeah. Gill for 3. That's not even close. Wow. Just squirts on the side of the rim.
He got whacked on that shot. Graham Dan checking out of the game. Kevin Ratch coming back in.
And it looks like Mims has walked off with some type of injury.
I'm not sure I wouldn't have Shencher back in this just for defensive purposes on.
And if the Kings don't go to Kazoo here, there you go.
Kazoo finds Ratch. He pivots and finds a layup. High percentage shot after a good pass by Julian Kazoo in traffic.
Kazoo must touch the ball every possession from here.
Blanchfield goes up and elevates for the jam with no preparation, just elevated.
You like him a bit more now, Steve, or what?
I'm telling you.
I ain't calling him Sam McKinnon.
Oh, no, Drew didn't say that.
Say that, Stephen.
Yep.
I like him, though.
Yeah.
Magin gets it into Ratch. Ratch finds Magin. He comes up short. Crawford pulls it down. Townsville have numbers. Gill waits for a screen.
Offensive foul called on Peter Crawford on the other side of the floor. Boy, Sydney Kings getting some breaks. Let's have a look. Oh, no.
A little elbow to the chest did not warrant an offensive foul call, Drew.
If he has a flagrant elbow, I can understand it.
Or up around the neck or something like that.
Completely out of the play.
Bose goes baseline.
Oh, here we go, the makeup.
There's the makeup. Let's get it back. Hey, can somebody go down there and tell these 3 referees we didn't come to watch them?
Oh, Steve. Let's see.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me? There's 2 minutes left in overtime. Are you kidding me? Crawford. Whoa. Long 3. Peter Crawford comes up short. Kings up by 2. Minute 47. Martin.
Give it to Kazoo down low.
Magin. Shot clock down to 6.
Is that bucket going to count, Steve?
No, it's not.
Oh, what?
Foul's called on Jacob Holmes trying to front Julian Kazoo. This time.
Drew, this is very close.
I'm sorry. I'm watching these 2 going at it big time. So, no.
That was very close.
I should have probably been aware of what you were doing, mate. You got 2 shots, so.
That was close, wasn't it?
Very close.
I I thought it was blatantly after the whistle.
I'm not sure it was a foul. I mean, there was contact there, but again, you see the whole court, you see what's happening. Madgen's got a shot.
But you know, back to the Kings and their structures, when Kazoo is getting defended like that, they've got to have that other post guy come up to the high post area so they can play a little high-low action, or the other post guy can make a jump shot.
Shenchi's got the 5 fouls. That's why he's not in the game.
Drew, what are you saving him for?
No, you're only allowed 5.
Oh, 5. My fault. Giving me
head fakes. You were thinking back in the day when it was 6.
Yeah, when it was 6.
You know, Huey and Louie going at it over here. Eddie Gill scores a layup. It makes it a 1-point game. Ratch on the bobble. Ratch off the dribble finds Bose.
There it is. There's a high-low action.
He goes all the way for a layup. Anatoly Bose makes it a 3-point game again. Townsville backs to the wall. Martin with some good D. Blanchfield almost throws it out of bounds. See! We're all tied up at 97. Another big 3-point basket by Townsville ties it up once again.
Can I order a coffee, Steve?
Kazoo. Oh! Block shot by Todd Blanchfield. Now Townsville in the driver's seat.
Oh!
Dakota foul.
I thought that was good. I thought that was good footwork from Luke Martin. I thought he defended him well. Maybe he had a hand on Steve, but it looked pretty good to me.
Just not upper body, just not quite in position. And there's the foul. Sending Gill to the line to shoot 2. Wow, some big shots, big plays by both these teams.
This is why you can talk about hindsight, but dunk that thing.
Yes. Brett Brown was a big advocate of going in and dunking the ball when you're near the hoop, Brewy, right?
Indeed, provided you got those skills.
Well, you'd hope at 6'11" and 7 foot, just reach up in there and stick it.
Eddie Gill gets them both to go. Boy, if Townsville can hang on here, the Sydney Kings have been in the driver's seat to win this game on at least 3 occasions and have not been able to shut the door.
No, they haven't. This is one that's a big play coming up for Moose Rebilliard. 33 seconds remaining. They'll advance the ball. Compulsory that they have to advance the ball. And I'd imagine that he'd be drawing up for something where, at the very least, Julian Kazoo gets a touch. The Townsville Crocs have done a real good job with some weak side help. They got burned on one of the lobs, but outside of that, they've done a good job with the weak side help, made it tough for him to receive it. Let's go down to Moose, see what he's got for us.
All right, on the inbound, we want to get it in. We want to take an early shot if we can. We want to go for 2 for 1. So Lukey, Ratchie, Jules straight onto the block. That's our first look. Tully, that's you out there. If we throw it in there, we've got a spot up there, a spot up there. Ratchie's coming again. On the handoff, Ratch, the flare. 3 set out, 1 in.
What happened there? I'll give the ball to Ratch.
Ratch, come and get it again. Jules on the lift. Then you're in. Someone go fucking high post. We got that. That's you coming. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Sydney Kings has come down to this. We've got 2 possessions at least in this game, 33 seconds. So there's 9 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. So that's a big thing.
And they're going to go for one, try and get an early one, so at the very least they'll get another possession.
Ratch bobbles it again. Spins. Finds Madgen. Has a shot block. Good defensive play once again.
Need a foul.
Cedar throws it up in the air. Crawford is fouled.
Wow. Big defensive stop down the other end. Madgen had a chance, just the pass was a little low. Couldn't collect it, bobbled it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, though, but you never get a chance to execute what was drawn up in the huddle.
No, because of the inbounds pass gets, he doesn't catch it cleanly.
You know?
That's why you want guys out on the floor that can make smart plays.
Yeah. Peter Crawford, 84% on the season from the free throw line.
He's had an outstanding year. He is playing with a wealth of confidence. This is the big one, which makes it a 2-possession game. Comes up short. Martin made a three.
Made a three.
He's trying to get all the way to the rim for a quick 2. They'll foul Cedar.
Not too bad, Drew.
Yep.
Not too bad.
5.8.
Provided Moose has got a timeout. Julian Kazoo fouls out. Had to foul and had to stop the clock. So he's out of the game.
You know what I like, though? Whether you question that or not, Luke Martin decided to do it and did it.
True.
Yeah, he was not hesitant. He went for the quick 2 and got it done.
And it's still going to be a 1-possession game. They've got a chance, depending on what happens with Cedar at the line.
On our board here, it says that Moose does have one more timeout, but I'm just starting to lose a little bit of confidence in our board.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
On our board.
Throw the people you work with under the bus more. Wow. Maybe Coach was right all those years.
No, I'm just saying we had some issues here.
Yeah. You know? Hey, I didn't know there was only 5 fouls, so we're even now. Sorry. Yeah. And you were so diplomatic in pointing out to me that it's only 5 fouls, so I probably should have been a bit nicer to you. Sorry, Andrew.
It's big free throws coming up here for Cedar.
Huge.
Cedar going to the line, 5.8 seconds to go. Sydney Kings with a timeout.
And Drew, who is the Kings' best three-point shooter here?
Imagine is the one you'd go to, and next you'd have Bose in order of priority. Imagine it'd be your first option, Bose would be your second, and then Ratch would be your third. Normally you'd throw Luke Martin into the mix, but he's come up short a little bit tonight. And here's the play. 3 wasn't on.
Look weak side. He couldn't get there. That's all right. I don't think he had many other options, Drew.
No, given the time they've got, like I said, if these 2 go in, they'll have plenty of time with almost 6 seconds remaining. Good play by Luke Martin in the forest there, driving. Questioning about the amount of time when the foul committed on the clock. I don't know how they're going to do this, but he wants to give it an extra 0.3 to bring it. It's 5.8 at the moment. Now, I don't know whether their equipment can allow it to be put to 6.1.
And I don't know if you can...
Have to be a very good scorekeeper if you can stop it at 6.1.
Or if you can say, you know what, give it 0.3 of a second before you start it. Either way.
6 seconds.
There's a bit of guesswork going.
And given the fact that we're in Townsville,
you know, at the end of the day, you get a 0.2 point. It's really not going to round it off to 6. It's not going to make that any difference anyway.
0.1, yes, maybe.
2 shots, guys. Here we go.
Good job, Michael Aylen, taking control of the situation.
Cedar. Well, he's falling off the line.
I was about to say the same thing. Just stepping back after he shoots it.
Rocks them both.
No timeouts left, so
Luke Martin's having trouble getting it in. Bose.
Oh, he's got somebody open.
Luke Martin for 3. Bang! Big 3 by Luke Martin. Imagine with the steal.
And Drew, he hit that shot with 0.1 remaining.
That is it. Luke Martin sends the dagger with a 3-point shot. What a basketball game. Overtime going to the Sydney Kings, and they win it.
It's new, and it's a Blue Haven exclusive.
Now, Dad?
Nearly. The breakthrough technology inclusion that's revolutionizing the pool industry, smashing the costs of running a pool and reducing pool maintenance to rock bottom. Now, you can't afford to even think about buying a pool unless it has...
Now, son. Jumbo Blue
technology. It's exclusive and can be included with any Blue Haven pool you buy. Blue Haven Pools. Queenslanders building pools for Queenslanders.
We're back at the ground for a fresh test. Perfect day for a sub. Hussey, always a safe pair of hands. And let's have another look at that. What's the verdict? Marvellous, there it is. That's fresh.
Fresh 100% chicken breast with smoked bacon, salad, cheese and delicious sauces. Made to order in a warm 9-inch roll. KFC's new subs range. Go on, put us to the fresh test.
Welcome back. Overtime number 2.
Almost an interception. Luke Martin. Good on him to bounce back after a couple of misses from the three-point line in regulation that could have sealed the deal for the Sydney Kings to maintain that confidence. But that was a shot that a little less pressure because he had to shoot it.
He had to shoot it, and I'm loving this game. It's great to be back. Somebody give me a double Red Bull.
We'll take care of that later.
Both big men out of the contest now. Julian Kazoo fouled out, and Luke Schencher, he fouled out a little earlier as well. Foul trouble for Luke Martin and Graham Dan. Both of them have 4 fouls. And Eddie Gill's got the 4, and Peter Crawford has got the 4. So some foul issues that both these teams have to be aware of and contend with.
And Luke Martin's had a solid game, Drew.
Yeah, he sure has.
No doubt.
The final 5 points for the Kings to keep them alive because they were dead in a game that realistically in the second half they dominated.
7 of 13 from the field for Luke Martin, 53.8%, and 2 of 6 from the three-point line.
And Ian Beard said these guys are going to have something to say about stepping up for Aaron Bruce in his absence with his injury out for the season. And Luke Martin running that point guard for most of the game. In the absence of Aaron Bruce, Martin trying to get to the rim. His layup bounces around and goes down. Luke Martin's got it on a string.
Little tip by Jere Grant. Either way, Luke Martin, good penetration to find a way to get to the rack.
Gill.
Luke Martin, irate, thought he was in position to take the charge.
Michael Allen looked at him like
careful, son.
Yeah. Back it up. I know you just hit a 3.
Like Roger Shields.
Oh, yeah. Roger Shields will tee you up quick.
He gave him the Roger Shields look, and everybody walked away.
Yeah.
Is Luke Martin enjoying this game or what?
And that would have been a Gill's 5th foul if he had called it.
Jacob Holmes gets it to Gill. Jacob Holmes has a smaller Luke Martin on his back, shoots the air ball. Crowd goes silent on that one. Kings up by 2 with the momentum.
Oh, yeah, that's not something that's going to get them lifted.
No. That's deflated. Bose was coming off that thing with the shooter's eye. Grant looking for a cutter. Bose pulls up going right. Tough shot. Ripped down by Todd Blanchfield. He's not hesitating. That's straight.
Balancita, that'll send Bose to the line. Derek, in this overtime, it's really just everything coming off the dribble for both these teams. Not a lot of motion. It's just a one-on-one contest, finding a way to get the penetration for the dish or the shot.
I think right now, if I was the Kings, I'd be trying to run a little on ball with the big fella and Luke Martin. Luke's feeling confident, and then kick the ball for Bose or Magin. Get those guys going off the secondary action.
Kings have really spread it around. Magin with 21, Martin with 18, Kazoo with 17, Ratch with 14, and Bose with 22. Grant
way to go up.
Way upstairs for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Just too athletic.
Very athletic, Druid.
He's going up against Jacob Holmes, and he's going to win that jumping contest every time.
That one goes off the leg of the Sydney Kings. Grant with that man-sized rebound down there. Townsville down by 5. They've been able to come up with all the answers in every other quarter and overtime to get themselves back into it. Cedar, a little lazy on that pass. Little shovel pass.
Yeah, and that's just technique from not being a real pure point guard and not knowing what type of pass to deliver in that situation, Andrew.
No doubt.
Magic as Peter Crawford rips it. Luke Martin fouls it.
Steve, he fouled him. I'm not sure in this context of the game where he's better off letting him go, because that's going to send him to the bench. And
that's a big swing.
That is a big swing. I'm not sure whether concede the 2, because you'll still be up 3.
You know what that comes from?
Time will tell.
That comes from not being the man. You know, from being a role player. When you play well, it's icing on the top. It's not expected.
And one of the biggest examples of that was we were all here when the grand final, when Wollongong played Townsville, and Brad Davidson was on fire and made a questionable decision defensively and picked up his 5th foul. And Wollongong came back from down 8 to go on to win the championship on Townsville's floor.
I remember that game. He was unstoppable, hitting teardrops, hitting threes.
Luke Cooper's been sitting on the bench for quite some time. Tough situation for him.
Grant spins. Magin, extra pass to Anatoly Bose. He splashes the 3.
Great pass from Magin. Quick touch pass.
Loving the confidence of Anatoly Bose. Didn't hesitate. Knows he has to step up and take those big shots. Graham Dan with the foul, and this is going to send Eddie Gill to the line to shoot 3.
But more importantly, Drew,
and that's his 5th foul.
Wow.
We're going to run out of players.
Don't cut. You're up 6. He's taking a shot from 25 feet. If he makes it with the hand up, he makes it.
Over a 6'8" guy that's got long arms. Yeah, he deserves to hit that one. And he's not a great 3-point shooter.
But, you know, is physical fatigue starting to make the mind go.
That's 100% correct.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. You start to make poor decisions, and a lot of the time it's just the fatigue.
And fatigue also, when you get into the late into the overtime, I think with certain players, the will to win begins to dissipate.
That's a good point.
And it's almost some of them you start to play not to lose rather than to win. So you get tentative, you get nervous.
I mean, it's going to be back to a 1-possession game if provided he knocks his free throw down. And with 2:22 to go.
And again, Sydney in the driver's seat at the end of regulation, at the end of the first overtime. They're giving it up, and now it's a 3-point game. Townsville have willed themselves into it. That looked like a walk.
It did.
Bose. He's got 25 in this one. He's been huge. Grant for his pull-up jump shot. It's off the mark. Jacob Holmes reels in the board. Townsville down by 3. Gill loses the handle.
Oh, good hustle.
Great hustle plays.
Good rotation by the defense, too.
Crawford with the step back, finds Michael Cedar for 3! We're all tied up once again. Michael Cedar this time hits the big 3-pointer from deep. He loves this building.
Derek, you've come for it.
This is awesome.
This is a game for the ages.
Bose. Tough shot going right, no good. Cedar pulls down the board. Got Anatoly Bose to shoot a low percentage shot. Cedar for another three. Jacob Holmes with the control tip. He should go to the line for two.
Jacob Holmes, he's up to 10 rebounds. And none more important than this on the offensive glass. Have a look, two guys going at it. That's a tough decision as well. And Jacob Holmes, though, is going to go to the line. Good, smart play by Jacob Holmes, not just to catch the rebound, but to try and force up a shot there and put the onus on the referee to make a decision.
Holmes has improved in every single statistical category since he's come to the Townsville Crocs. After the injury to Russell Hinder, he's been thrown a lifeline, and he is one of their main guys now.
That's 8 straight points in a row from the Crocs.
Oh, Ratch. They get it to Grant. Imagine. Bose wide open. He misses it. Grant with a rebound. And a putback. No call. He went up, came straight down.
They don't need to foul yet. Got to get it over the halfway line. Only just get it over the halfway line.
2-point ball game. Sydney Kings need a stop.
Don't foul. Just play good defense.
Oh. Gill. His floater short.
Good hesitation move, Steve. Got the big fella out of whack a little bit. Oh,
he got him. No,
got him on the wrist.
Yeah, got him on the arm. On that angle, you couldn't quite see it, but from the other angle, that was an easy one to make. But Jerry Grant down low, power that up. Oh. Got to make those down the other end. Have a look here. Just he's beaten.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Forearm.
Clearly.
Yep.
And that was on the opposite side. Not an easy one to see for Raul Kirsten. He calls it. Gets the right call. Gill's been solid at the foul line.
And Drew, you said it when Luke Martin went out of the game. That just took that drive out of the Kings. That threat with the basketball.
Now it's a 4-point game.
Call a
timeout on the floor. Sydney Kings. 19 seconds left here in the second overtime. Sydney Kings were up by 6. Luke Martin fouls out, and they haven't scored since.
In a must-score position right now if they have any chance. Coach is huddling up, drawing it. And you'd expect that Ben Madgen and Anatoly Bose will figure prominently in whatever options are presented right now, because those two, along with Kevin Rash, are their best scoring options.
And Townsville dodged a bullet, too, because Anatoly Bose is wide open.
Naked.
Outside the 3-point line. Let's listen in.
That's you on the block. Madgen on a pin down. Ratch on a pin down. Tolly, they're going to switch this. Madge, you're then coming, so Tolly, you're coming hard. Madge, you're coming. We're looking for an early three. Hey, if we get it, early foul. Sorry, early denial, then a foul.
And he's coming up. If he doesn't get it, he's getting out, and I'm skipping. Tolly.
You're making a pass. Tolly's coming off, and Maggie's hitting. Ratchy, Flair. Flair.
On that.
Let's go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Sit down. You're out. Sit down. You're out of the game.
Well, nobody leaving here.
Everyone on their feet, Steve. And Drew, what did you think about that strategy? They're going for the early 3, down 4. I just think there's too much time on the clock. Attack the rim again.
Well, we'll see. They got good 3-point shooters in Anatoly Bose and Madgen.
Madgen pulls up for the 3. That's good.
Good hit.
Great coaching.
Great strategy.
Great coaching.
Michael Cedar is not fouled. Eventually, they get him.
They let the first one go.
13.2 seconds left, and now Cedar has got to come up with 2 free throws.
Imagine has put together some sort of game. 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 5 from the three-point line. None bigger than that 3 to give themselves a chance.
And that's where a player's brilliance at a critical moment makes a coach look very good, Drew.
And he come through, paid off.
Paid off. And it's a one-possession game, irrespective of what happens with this next free throw.
Kings need another one, though. And they got no timeouts.
Cedar's been rock solid on the foul line. 3-point game. Cooper.
Foul. There's a strategical move. Put Cooper to the line. Turn it into a free throw shooting contest.
I tell you what, whoever has got the assignment on Jere Grant should be worried.
Yes.
Derek, do you like this strategy? You see this a lot in Europe when teams are up. They'll foul and sacrifice the 2 and have the confidence that you're going to come down the end and keep making free throws.
I don't like it.
I don't like it when you're 3 up.
Yeah.
Because this puts a lot of pressure on the Crocs, provided he makes this on their free throw shooting.
It does. It does.
You roll the odds and say, well, hit a tough 3 shooting up.
I like the strategy inside of 5 seconds. But yeah, I like it inside of 5 seconds, but no less than 2.5 seconds.
Because on top of this, the foul and the free throw, you've got to get it in bounds. And the Kings have a chance now to deny the inbound pass.
Oh, there's Grant upstairs. That should go to the Kings. It does. We didn't even talk about that.
The intentional miss.
Wow.
Was that an intentional miss, Derek?
I know it was a brick.
It was that much of a brick. It almost looked like it was an intentional brick.
Now the Kings having trouble getting it in. Bose lines up his. It's short. Grant with the offensive rebound and the putback. It's off the mark. Townsville. I believe there's no time left. Grant had an opportunity to put it back and tie it up.
Wow. Good opportunity at that, Steve. Good look. Tough shot by Bose, but good look for the 3. And then Jere Grant with the putback. Again, overcooked it a little strong off the glass. That would have tied it up. And on top of that, Jere Grant
have had their opportunities.
He's fouled out.
Jere Grant goes to the bench. He's fouled out. Julian Kazoo is fouled out.
They've put 1.25 seconds back on the shot on the clock because in the pandemonium, the noise, the clock ran out. But let's not forget though, the Kings can't advance the ball on this possession because they're out of timeout, so they're going to need a full court long pass or a Hail Mary from somewhere around the center line.
Where's Nigel Purchase?
Going back to, were you in that game?
That was in that game, unfortunately.
When he shot it from one end of the court to the other. There's the look. Have a look at Jere Grant. Good effort on the glass. Just hurried that a little bit. Could have taken a bounce.
Yeah. Good play by Crawford.
Yeah, just getting it out. Love the area. And Michael Cedar will go to the foul line. 1.25 seconds left.
Jere Grant leaves with only 4 points, 2 of 8 from the field. 7 rebounds.
I like what he did on the offensive glass.
You can see why he's a young player straight out of college.
Yeah.
He's improved throughout the course of this season, and he's only going to get better. And he's one of those ones that if the Kings or other teams in the NBL stay with him, he could be a very, very significant impact player.
Well, let's face it, if the Sydney Kings don't stick with him, there'll be about 8 teams trying to get him.
You would think just trying to figure out.
0.8. You guys are going to have to put a second on and go from there, okay? It was really hard to tell, but there was definitely some time on the clock. You could hardly tell. So I said about 0.8.
So how'd you come up with 0.8?
So, because I could still see it just come off there. It was hard to tell.
That wasn't very convincing.
It wasn't, but it's very hard on the officials to be looking at the shot, the game clock, and going through and trying to figure out exactly what.
Very difficult.
And particularly when there's no great vision on what the clock was when that foul was committed. So there's 1 second, even less time now for the Sydney Kings.
I like the question that Paul Wolpert asked. He said, how did you come up with that number?
And he's saying, well, I sort of saw it out of my...
Yeah, but I mean, he asked the right question. How did you come up with that number?
Well, it'll all be inconsequential if Michael Cedar can
make this basket.
Yep, I can get some sleep.
And he does just that. That's it. That's all she wrote. Sydney Kings go down in double overtime. The Townsville Crocs outlast them in a barn burner. 118-114. Of course, I want to thank Andrew Gaze, and a special thanks to my good friend